Welcome to today's take. I'm Liu Kun. Europe in general breathed a sigh of relief following President Joe Biden's election into the White House. Hopes for a stronger US-EU alliance had been rising across the Atlantic, especially on the premise of Biden and his foreign policy team reiterating the US aim to reimagine the transatlantic alliance for today's world. Biden is correct in identifying the evolving external environment for the US-EU relationship, but the inconvenient truth he also needs to acknowledge is that neither of the participants are what they were 4 years ago. In 1987, the publication of Yale historian Paul Kennedy's The Rise and Fall of the Great Powers inaugurated the debate on America's decline. Measuring one country's decline is a tricky business, but a central indicator is its economic size in relation to other powers. World Bank data shows that from 1960 to 2019, US GDP grew 39 times bigger, but the world grew close to 88 times, more than double that of the Americans. The economic power of the United States has been growing in absolute terms, but the country has been losing its competitive edge against others. The Trump phenomenon made America's relative decline even more perceptible. Former President Donald Trump's big stick that was pointed at the world was essentially a mirror of the country's inner fear. The situation at home is worsening. While America's problem in fortifying the security bloc across the Atlantic, it anchored after World War II, lies in its capability, the EU's problem is related more to its willingness. Undoubtedly, Trump's 4 years in the White House tested Europe's patience towards its longtime ally. But perhaps what's more nightmarish for EU leaders is the ideology embodied in Trumpism. Isolationism, unilateralism, nationalism, to name just a few. It is therefore not surprising that voices stressing independent foreign policy for the EU were heard more frequently in the past few years among European leaders. European Commission will be a geopolitical commission. EU needs strategic autonomy. We've been hearing these from EU leaders. In the wake of a leadership vacuum created by a wobbling America in the past few years, it looks like Europeans are rethinking their role in today's world. One final but more urgent issue the US and the EU have yet to agree upon is China policy. Despite a clear Twitter warning from Biden's national security advisor Jake Sullivan, the EU went on to complete its negotiations with China on an investment treaty. The US and the EU appear to be at odds with each other currently regarding their China interests, particularly on the economic and trade front. When NATO was founded in 1949, the United States was the single most powerful country in the world, and Europe has followed almost in lockstep with American foreign policy since then. But the intricate interests the EU has in the multipolar world today has made the old doctrine of simply teaming up with America increasingly less convincing.